time to shop my fall bins. Hey friends, I hope you are doing well. It is finally time to shop my fall bins so I can take inventory of what I got, what I want to use, and what I still want to get. But if you ask Wayne, after we just spent the last hour dragging all the bins upstairs, he's like, you don't need another fall thing. And he's true, he's right. I really don't need another fall thing, except I might want a couple throw blankets for fall. We'll see. But anyways, today's gonna be lots of fun. We brought up most of the fall bins. I left one downstairs that has just a lot of pumpkins in there, what I really don't need, and then a couple Halloween ones, which I'm not even thinking Halloween yet. I don't plan on decorating for Halloween in just a little bit, not until October. I really want to enjoy and embrace fall first before I even think about Halloween. And sometimes I do like the little jack-o'-lanterns, which I do have here, which is kind of Halloween-y, right? But I always think of those as kind of fall too. But anyways, today's gonna be lots of fun. We're gonna shop my fall bins. I'm going to take out everything that I plan on using this year, and then I have a good assessment of what I have and then of course what I need. So it's going to be lots of fun to take you along as we shop the bins. So grab yourself a pumpkin spice latte or whatever you want. I actually have a pumpkin spice latte and it tastes so good and fall-y. And of course, you cannot forget a fall candle to have that smell of fall. And I have my favorite fall candle lit. It's apple pie too. And it smells so good. It smells like early fall. I absolutely love it too. So it's setting the mood. And of course it's a little chilly in here. That's why I have a cardigan on, although I love wearing a cardigan because it's always kind of chilly in our house. But I'm so excited to see what I got and shop the bins. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. But before we get started, I would like to take a minute and thank my friends at EveryPlate for sponsoring today's video. Making dinner every day can be challenging. I know, as a busy mama of 15-year-old twins, but EveryPlate makes it so easy. And if you are not familiar with EveryPlate, EveryPlate plans, shop fors, and delivers right to your front door. Who doesn't love that? All of these delicious meals that are at such an affordable price. Plus, they take the time-consuming steps of home cooking out of the picture with pre-planned recipes, doorstep delivery, perfectly portioned ingredients, and minimal prep and cook time. And their ingredients are carefully packed and pre-measured to save you time and reduce waste. And you can enjoy crave-worthy meals that satisfy both your appetite and your budget. Their everyday low price is actually cheaper than groceries, with simple yet tasty recipes that are inspired by restaurant faves and are sure to be crowd pleasers with even the pickiest eaters. My family and I really enjoy EveryPlate, and I know you will too. You can use code MOTHERTIME199 at everyplate.com or click the link here in the video description. That will get you $1.99 a meal for your first month, plus a free heat and eat meal for a month. I had 3 delicious meals in my recent order and they were all fabulous. My family raved about them and they were so easy to prepare too. So again, you can use code MOTHERTIME199 at everyplate.com or click the link here in the video description that will get you $1.99 a meal. That's incredible for your first box, plus a free heat and eat meal for the month. That is such a great deal. And thanks again to my friends at EveryPlate for sponsoring today's video. So the dining room is full of fall bins, and I'm kind of excited because it's all fall goodies and fall treasures like these. How cute are these? I used these last year on my front porch. Aren't those cute? So definitely I'm going to use these again this year. And one of the only few things that I've bought this year are these beautiful faux mums, because every year I buy mums and they never last. So I invested in some of these beauties for outside. These are indoor-outdoor. And I got them at Home Goods for $59.99. I've seen them in a few different colors. I love the orange. It's just such a classic fall color because every year I buy mums. And, you know, you're lucky if you get a few weeks out of them. This I'll get a whole season and maybe a few more. So a little bit of an investment, but the plan is obviously to use these for multiple years. So this was only one of the only fall things that I've bought aside from these 3 wreaths. And I think there's one more wreath downstairs. That's right, that I got thrifting, that I have hung up. I have to go grab that. But these I found at the thrift store because I always love shopping wreaths at the thrift store. So this pretty one, which I think I'm going to put up there and take the berry one out. And then these 2 really pretty ones that I'll show you too. And I got both of these, the 2-pack of wreaths for $3.99, so $2 each. So that was a nice little find too. And then here are all the bins that I'm gonna go through, and my plan is to pull what I'm gonna use out. If I see something that I'm done with and I wanna donate, I'll put that to the side. But the plan is just to take what I wanna use this year out. So first I like to plan, which I do ahead of time, the style of fall decor I want in my home. What is the vibe that I want? And I loved the vibe and the coziness of my home last year. So I'm gonna be using a lot of those same elements, but even leaning a little bit more primitive than I did last year, and just going with the very simplified fall look. I think less is more. It's still gonna feel just as fall-y, just as cozy with that less is more, just like a big bowl of gourds. Just looks so pretty and primitive and cozy for fall. So definitely digging out my gourds, which I know I have a big bin probably over there because I have a big bin of them, and using those throughout my home. Definitely, like I said, leaning more primitive, less is more, but just keeping it fall-y and cozy. And once I get outside, which won't be for another couple of weeks, I'll definitely be incorporating more of the traditional fall colors, like these mums that I showed you and the pumpkins and things like that. But I'm really kind of focusing and concentrating on what I want to do inside. So again, just very simple, subtle fall touches to make it feel fall-y and cozy. So here again are those wreaths that I was just showing you too. And I love this one. Isn't it pretty? With a little bittersweet on it. And it was $4.49 at the thrift store. And of course, this one was the savers, so 20% off of that. So that was such a great deal. One of my only few finds that I grabbed, just because how could I pass this deal up? And as I've mentioned many times before, wreaths are great to use for centerpieces too, and then have a big pumpkin in here. So definitely can never have too many wreaths because you can use these in multiple ways throughout your home. But my plan is, and we might do that once we can kind of make some room here. I think this particular one I want to use here in my dining room. I'm going to replace it with the blueberry one, like I mentioned before, up on top of my clock. I think that will just be a really pretty touch. So I'm excited to do that. So we're going to do that, but let me show you the other wreaths I grabbed too. And then these were the other wreaths that I probably will hang on a door somewhere inside, because I have baskets on my outside doors that I will either add stems in, or I might use the wreaths that I used there last year. Not too sure yet, but I'm not worried about outside yet. But these are so pretty, aren't they? And there were two of them. The two of them together were $3.99. So $2 each. What a steal. These are so pretty because I love the grapevine wreath of these twigs, but also the little pipberry. I mean, again, another steal. So if you are looking for some fall wreaths, definitely shop the thrift store. Wow, those look really pretty next to the mums too. Maybe I'll use them outside. I don't know, but these are really pretty too. So these were only another find that I got that I'm really excited to use. I just got these a couple months ago too. But so these were another find too. So now that I showed you that, I don't know what bin to go through. I'm going to flip the camera around and we're going to start shopping the bins. So this is like a fall shop with me, but just going through my bins and seeing what treasures I can find. So of course I'm got a bin here that I don't know what I will use in this bin. Let's see here. I like these pumpkins. I like the color of them. I think I'm going to pull this out. These I've had, these are probably one of the oldest fall decor I still have because I love these. I got these probably going on 30 years ago. Can you believe it? I remember finding these at a shop with my mom, believe it or not. And yeah, I love these pumpkins and I still keep them. And I try to use them because I just love, I don't know why I love them. But I might try to use these because I just, you know, I've had them for so long. This is such a pretty wreath too. I've used this in the past in my kitchen. I always like to kind of hang a wreath, especially for fall and Christmas. In the corner cabinet, I always kind of hang one. So maybe I'll do that one there. So that one I know I've used before there, so that might make a return there. Always love these pumpkin jars from Dollar Tree, right? Now they're probably up to $2. At one point they were $1, now they're $1.25, but who knows what they'll be this year, right? But those are great for little candies or stuff like that too. Ooh, this one's a pretty one too. I love that one. That's I think from, this one I think was from Target, maybe last year. like that. Some of this stuff, well, here's another one of those pumpkins that are just, I like that color, perfect for like a bowl. I don't know where I got these. These were actually a DIY. I do love these, but I don't think I'm too ready for a lot of like the jack-o'-lanterns, but these are kind of cute, very rustic. I actually shared these, I believe, in a crafting video. These are, well, they're stuck together now, but these were Dollar Tree little pals that had the little face on them, and then I did the cinnamon thing, cinnamon Mod Podge. These are really cute. So I don't know where I'd put these, but definitely have that primitive look. So I'm gonna keep those out. I always love these pumpkins from Dollar Tree, which again, who knows how much they are nowadays. They could be up to $2, but at one point they were $1. They're such a pretty color, great for like a filler too. Here's another little ring, which is great. Pretty little color for a little pop. So I think I'm gonna keep that out too. This is a big sign that I picked up last year. It says Pumpkin Gourds. Cute little sign. If I use it, I used it inside last year. If I use it, it would be outside. Honestly, it's not gonna go with the style I want inside this year. Maybe outside, it is a cute sign. Maybe on the pool porch. So I'm gonna set this aside, not in the purge or no bin, but maybe just not in, I'm gonna use inside bin. So I'm gonna set that aside. These are cute, aren't they? But they're more for Halloween, so I'll definitely not be using them now because I wanted to stick with fall, but aren't they cute? I've had a bunch of them. I have so many of these stems, which are just great to tuck and fill somewhere. I have the hardest time purging stuff, I'll be honest with you. I'm very sentimental on the thing, so I'm always like, well, maybe I'll use it 1 year, or, you know, I liked it at one point, so I have a hard time getting rid of stuff. These are some white pumpkin mugs, so if anything, put them in where I keep my coffee mugs to enjoy. So they're just some cute little pumpkin mugs. And another mug. I think these were from, I don't know where these were from. I want to say Dollar General. More pumpkins. I do not need another pumpkin, but I love the color of these. And another little pumpkin, yet another pumpkin. I have a bin actually sitting in the kitchen of some of these too. They're great for serving. Oh, this is cute. I remember getting this last year. So many people asked me about this. This is cute, but oh, this is cute. I might have to find a home for this. Even though it's not the vibe I want to go, but it is really cute. So I might need to find a place for that in the kitchen. More stems, but those are great to fill in. And I absolutely love these. I've had these for years. They're just great to fill in anywhere. I have a bunch of those. My plan is to use the table and kind of lay everything out on the table of what I'm using, just so I can kind of see it all laid out. These were the wreaths I mentioned before. I used these on my front door last year. They're pretty, aren't they? I have other ones that are in one of these bins too that I love, that I'll definitely be using too. So I have two of these. These definitely make the cut, so I'm gonna set those here, either inside or, like I mentioned, on the front doors this year. And I've had this forever too, so I like this to just tuck somewhere too. Very fall-y. So I like the vibe and the style that the table has right now. I'm excited to get to the gourd bin. I know it's there somewhere because I plan on using a lot of those. Here's everything that has made the cut so far. Not much, a lot of pumpkins, but again, going less is more. I put most of the pumpkins in a basket too. Isn't that pretty? Very simple, but fall-y. I love that. And here are the wreaths that I just showed you. So I'm gonna grab another bin and then kind of just pull some more things out that I want to use. Time to dive into the next bin. And again, I need to tell myself, just get what I want to use. It's hard because there's some things in here that I love, but this is the wreath. Isn't it beautiful? And I think I have two of them. It's so pretty. I got this at a local nursery last year and it's a beauty. So this is definitely going up, I believe, over my fireplace. That's where I used it last year. and that's where it's going again this year. I love these candles. I've shared these before. I've shared these also on social media. These are the Dollar Tree candles that are in the Christmas section, although who knows how much they're going to be or if they're even going to have them this year. I have at least 4 of them in here, and they're perfect. They're just, I love that cozy glow, especially in the fall. They don't have a timer, but they have a really pretty look to them. So definitely pulling these out. And that's a cute little pumpkin too. Just gives me that very fall-y, primitive vibe. And I found this, which is perfect for my fall iced coffees. And here's another one. I got these at Hobby Lobby last year. Next bin. Okay, this has a lot of stuff. Let's see. Love these. These I got antiquing a few months ago. Beautiful long neck gourds, so definitely using these. Super cute, but definitely saving this for Halloween. And more pumpkins. I love the color of these, and I think I got these at Dollar Tree last year, so they may have them again this year. They were not $1. I think they were from the Dollar Tree Plus section, which I think they were $3 last year, so they might be $5 this year. I love these stems. They're perfect to tuck anywhere. I know I have a bunch of these. And I found another one of those. Pretty fall wreath, or to use for a centerpiece. More of these stems. I love the color of this pumpkin. It's so pretty, isn't it? Had this for a while, but this is definitely going in the pile. Oop, here's this I probably thrifted. Really pretty pipberry wreath. So definitely a yes on that one. I'll fluff it out. So that's super pretty too. I don't need any more pumpkins. Seriously, you guys, more pumpkins. And more, even more of these pumpkins. Okay, these are super cute. They're little candlestick holders, but I'm gonna save these for Halloween. I love these stems. I've used these for years. I know I have more of them though, so hopefully they'll show up in another bin because they're not in here. But I'll definitely pull these out too. They're just so pretty. I truly don't need any more fall decor. I have so much, so much. These I got last year. They are kind of cute. They do have that terracotta style. And now looking at the table, I mean, they do kind of go, but they're not as rustic and as primitive as I would like. Maybe so. I don't know. He's kind of cute. Maybe save him more for Halloween. More of these stems, which are great to tuck anywhere. Everything out of that bin that I want to use. Trying to stick with what I want to use and not go crazy and just pull everything out, but what I intend on using. And then I know with the stuff that I have out, that's what I'm going to use first. And then after, if I decorate with everything that I have out, and then I need some more, I know where to come. On to the next bin. Aha! Here is the gourd bin. Most of them, I think. So lots of gourds that I've collected throughout the years. Perfect to tuck anywhere. So definitely a yes, although I'm running out of room on the table, so I don't want to put them there. I have a lot of these brown pumpkins. I went a little crazy with these last year. Unsure, honestly, as much as I love these, if I'm actually going to use them this year. I may or may not. So definitely not getting rid of these because I do love them. They're so different, aren't they? But going more with the traditional fall colors, leaning again primitive. Maybe I will once I get decorating. I'm definitely not going to pull these out. I'm not going to pull these out either because I just don't have room. But just so many gourds, as you can see. More of that. Let's see what else. More down here. That's cute. And that's primitive, I think. You know, it's rustic, right? That's cute. I think I found this thrifting too. Yeah, I'll pull him out. He's definitely a yes. I got some of these pumpkins too. They look like the terracotta pumpkins. They're not. They light up. These are kind of cute. At least they don't have the scary face like the other one. There's another one in here. So I might use these. And what I like about these too is you can always turn it around if you just want the pumpkin look. And then you can turn it around for like closer to Halloween and then turn it around for fall. So I do like these, but I honestly may give it a little bit of a makeover and give it more of a rustic look. Not too sure on the tall one, but these are kind of cute. So I'll probably do something with these. You gotta be kidding me. Another one of these pumpkins. What was I thinking? Another pumpkin. Pretty fall garland. Perfect to tuck anywhere, and I love the color of it. So that's a yes. These I've used in my kitchen the past few years, and honestly, I think I'm gonna use them there again. Why not, right? These are from Hobby Lobby. They're pretty. So I think these are going to go in the kitchen. I put these on the windows, or around the windows. So these are a yes. How cute are these ghosties? These will definitely be returning, but closer to Halloween. And I found this little wreath or candle ring, however you want to use it. These are all from Hobby Lobby. And to be honest with you, I don't know if they have them this year. I don't even remember if they ended up bringing these out last year. The last time I got those was during the winter of last year when they were like 75% off. So I don't even remember if last fall they have them, and I don't know if they have them this year too. So if you like these, just take a look and see if they have them. Down to the final two. And of course this one is loaded. Let's see what we got. These, which I'll use. I like to do, and I've mentioned this before in the past, I like to put little wreaths on all of the doors, on the bedroom doors upstairs. Just adds that little pop. We don't have a very big upstairs, just a simple hallway, simple little landing. So just to give it a little touch of fall, I always like to add a little wreath to all of the bedroom doors. More of these that I've had for years. And I love tucking these all over. More of these wreaths. And if there's 5, these were all the upstairs ones. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that the same size? 5. Oh wait, there's more of those. Even smaller ones. Oh, here's another one too. Oh, look, another pumpkin, another brown one. So I'll add that into that tote that I have it in. And yes, I found more brown pumpkins. I don't need another pumpkin. Wayne was right. And I don't need any more of these. Here's another candle ring and smaller ones. Oh, but wait, there's another one too. And another one. Oh my goodness. And another brown pumpkin. I found a couple of these little guys that match these bigger ones. I used these last year on my front porch, like I mentioned. They're really cute, aren't they? And they're rusty and rustic, and I love these. So these I definitely will be using too. Wayne just came in here, you guys.
Hobby Lobby too.
I know, you were right when we were pulling these up. I do not need any more fall decor. The garlands may, because I like them. They go great with the gourds too. More of these stems, which I'm really happy about because these are really pretty. Another wreath, which I showed at the beginning, somewhere underneath the table. A really pretty fall wreath. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Throw it to me. Another brown pumpkin. There's a bin, Wayne, of brown pumpkins. And I have found, look at those, there's 4 over there. Lots of brown pumpkins. Here are more of the cinnamon brooms, which are just perfect for fall. Great for primitive decor. I've had these for years too. Perfect for Halloween, which I'll bring out in a few months. Down to the final bin. Aren't you excited, Wayne?
I'm excited.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm just trying to find the stuff that I am going to use. Love my platter, but again, this is more for Thanksgiving. Just looking for, you know, perfect fall decor. So love that, but now that's more Thanksgiving. Isn't he cute? But again, perfect for Halloween. So after going through all of my fall bins, this is what I consolidated my decor down to for the items I want to use in my fall decorating this year. I love the pumpkins in a basket. Isn't that pretty? It's just a simple touch of fall, and I love incorporating everyday items, and it gives that texture with the basket with the beautiful pumpkins. It is just so fall-y. So my table just looks so pretty just like that, even though it's a mess. And now I can kind of get a visual of what I want to use, pull from the items that I have here, along with the gourds that are in the tote behind me. I know that I probably want to get maybe a few little throws, but aside from that, once I decorate with this and get it off the table, like I said, it's kind of a hot mess now, but at least I can see everything here. I'm a visual person, so it's nice to be able to grab from everything and not go looking through all of my totes and trying to find everything. I have it all laid out here so I can use these items throughout my home for fall. So I feel like I have to reward myself a little bit with a little fall decorating to get a little taste of fall in here. So I'm going to switch out the wreath that I have up on the clock to this one that I showed you. That looks so pretty and folly. And the funny thing is, when I found this wreath, I thought immediately of putting it up here. And even though I'm just doing simple touches of fall, maybe I'll put a pumpkin, since I have plenty of those. Take this off and add a pumpkin. That looks so falling, just that simple, subtle touch of fall that I want throughout my home. I just love the way that looks, and in the night, the little cozy glow too. It's so pretty. I love how that looks up there. So I know I'm going to want to change this out too. I love this here, but I want to do something different here for fall. So I'm going to shop my home, see if I have something that will work. I don't think I do offhand, so definitely going on the list of things to shop for. But I do know I want to change the stems up there. So I know I have a lot of stems, so let me play around really quick with the few stems I have and show you what I do. So in the midst of the chaos that I have here in the dining room with all of the fall decor all over the place, there's a little peak of fall. So I swapped out the greens that I had in the baskets for these fall stems to coordinate with what I have here. It's just so pretty, and that simple, subtle touch of fall. And then I'm going to just find a fall quilt or blanket or throw that coordinates with that to put in there. So that is one thing I will be looking for. But I just love how pretty and simple and fall-y that looks. And then I put a little pumpkin down there. That's the same pumpkin that's right there too, to kind of all tie in together. And then, of course, all of this decor. But the fun thing will be decorating with all of this and seeing a little pop of fall coming up here in my home. Okay, guys, I got a little excited and did a little decorating in here too. It was very impromptu, so I wasn't filming, but I wanted to give you a little peek at what I did. So I hung those wreaths, like I mentioned, on the window. I've done that for several years. I just love that little simple, subtle touch. And then adding a few fall touches to my existing decor. Here's a basket with some pumpkins. Most of those are those Dollar Tree pumpkins, now probably a $1.50 tree pumpkin, who knows how much. But I just love a basket with some pumpkins. Simple and just feel like less is more. And we eat at this table regularly. The kids are at this table regularly with their friends. So I don't want a lot of stuff on here that I have to constantly be working around. So basket, I had a runner on here at one point, and I don't even have that on the table either. Just the basket, easy to move with some pumpkins, but looks so fall-y. And then over here in this crate, I just added some of those stems. And again, another simple touch. So even though it's just a few little touches, it feels so cozy and fall-y using the existing decor that I already have. Added one of those little pumpkins that I love, that I told you that I've had for years and years. Probably could add a little paint to some of the little areas, but when from here, you don't really notice it. Maybe I will at one point, but I love just tucking that in somewhere too. Adding just a few simple, subtle fall touches made it look so cozy in our kitchen eat-in area. And I just love the way this looks. Okay guys, that is all for today's video. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I hope you had fun. I hope you got some inspiration as well as encouragement as you begin fall decorating too. Maybe you're not ready to start fall decorating yet. I totally get it. But now is a good time to dig out those fall bins, start taking inventory of what you got, do a little bit of a purge, but as well as you can go through your things and see what you can repurpose or refresh or even DIY to match the style of fall decor that you are going with this season. So it's a good time to do it now, so you're ready to go once you want to start decorating for fall. You can also follow me on social media at Mother Time. You can check out my blog, mothertime.com. And if you've enjoyed this video and you are not subscribed to my channel yet, don't forget to click that subscribe button so you never miss any of these videos. Thanks again, guys, for hanging out with me here today. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video. Bye, guys.